Authors and artists work really hard on their stuff, so please support them using the links below.
At the tournament, Mary Sue continues on with her overly generic heroine prattle, pleading to the universe that she must win, as the Dragon Balls are her only hope, praying the goddess helps her in this fight. As a few of you in the comments guessed, or possibly spoiled, Arale puts an end to this nonsense immediately. Though, still under her influence, Vegeta and Trunks aren't too happy about this, with the prince barking expletives at the disbelief anyone could hit such an innocent girl, his son in tears how he failed to protect her. But still, being unconscious for 30 seconds, the little robot hailing from Penguin Village is announced the winner. With the girls of Universe 6, Xenia is still away from Bojack. Cat wonders. That fight was a little too easy for this Arale girl, and she herself is one to talk, her ally agreeing. As the announcer continues to gawk, he pulls himself back together long enough to read the next contestants. Gotenks from Universe 16 and Gotenks from Universe 18. Though one of the Trunks rebukes, that is a huge waste of such charisma, the Vargas beckoning him to the ring. Brawl happily scoffing they get rid of this moron as soon as possible, apparently not being the biggest fan of the fusion. A bit puzzled, the tournament host wonders what they're waiting for. Alas, shouting for all to hear. Before your very eyes, a universal first, the greatest warrior of all the universes, the idol to all girls, regardless of their home planet, Gotenks the Magnificent! And it would appear having his speech mirrored dampens its effect. Brawl doubling down on her hatred for the over-the-top warrior, wanting to eliminate the both of them immediately. But in our universe, Pan cheers him on. Though, upon the other Brawl asking which one, even she's lost track of who's who. I'm gonna surprise him by transforming right now! This is the end for you, pale copy! Impossible! Looking in, Goku's baffled at the fact both fighters do the exact same thing. Vegeta, not so awe-stricken. Annoyed, actually. Their power is gigantic, and they don't deserve a single bit of it. His rival agreeing to a certain degree, stating it's crazy how strong they've managed to get without really training. Being adults now, the power of the fusion has only grown since their initial battle with Majin Buu. Though, the Super Saiyan 3 state doesn't last but more than a minute, catching Gotenks off guard. Thinking, Vegito sighs that's the hard truth of the third level. It saps a lot of power really fast. Now since the kids are no longer kids, they use even more power. The stronger you are, the less the transformation holds out. In the booth, turning to his comrade, Varga questions if he's also annoyed this fighter's head feathers keep changing colors, though it's no more frustrating than their flat faces. Retaining his arrogance, Gotenks figures it's no matter. In the end, he will win whether Super Saiyan or no. But Vegito commentates that they must have used so much energy, the fusion itself could no longer remain intact. Brawl-lated, they'll be eliminated for cheating. The judge a bit speechless, as the boys look towards their partners not knowing what to do. The Varga comments on what an incredible turn of events this is. Each warrior has split into a pair. Brawl now offended they aren't disqualified after all. Her father reasoning they technically didn't break any rule. It was agreed one fighter would enter the ring. Even if they are two now, they followed that guideline. Though the judges, conferring with one another, do find it odd these resulting duos look so much different than their original contestant. The other, though, not being able to tell one primate from another. After 84,875 identical strikes, the fight seemed like it would never come to an end. One Trunks finally getting the advantage, rushing to go 2-on-1 versus Goten. He doesn't know which one is which. Kind of fed up himself, one of them utters for Trunks to reveal his universe, and they can just take the victory. Turning out to be our 18th, finally bringing this farce of a battle to an end. Announcing it formally, it seems one of the birds believed the boys splitting into a pair was a technique to gain an advantage, rather than their initial plan going wrong. Anyway, the next match will consist of Romanesco from the defunct Universe 10 and Neko Majin of 2. So yet again, the remaining group wins by default. But entering the ring regardless, Beelzebub inquires what Neko is doing. Grunting he was called to fight, the demon clarifies he doesn't have to do anything. His opponent forfeit. Showing similar intelligence to the childlike Majin Buu, the cat shouts he will not flee, even against a forfeit. His ally snipping, that's the point. He doesn't have to fight. This then ushers Xenolome from the 19th and Super Buu of 4. The tech-based fighters ready to get back in the arena. Oob bewildered, wondering why they haven't thrown in the towel as a whole. Stepping up to Earth's hero, they've had enough of Oob showing off, who can only profusely apologize for what he did to their teammate, though he did cut off his arm. Getting serious, Oob asks if they've even seen the powers of the others. Their armor is cool and all, but it won't suffice for cutting off. They scoff at the mention of their armor. In fact, they even argue Oob doesn't understand anything, and he hasn't seen their real equipment, questioning if he's noticed they've changed their attire. Originally, the group didn't believe they'd need the war armor for a mere tournament, but since the fighters here are well above the frost demons they're accustomed to, they requested authorization to use Ultra equipment, having a Vargas send the message to their hierarchy. Goku, turning to Piccolo, asks what a frost demon is. Vegeta explaining, Frieza, Cooler, Cold, etc. They're all final representatives of that particular species. Back to Group 19. One chuckles. The geezers are always slow to decide, but it's all good now, and we'll be able to fight for real. Gohan states he's happy for him, but surely he knows most of the people around here are way stronger than Frieza. Scoffing strength is nothing, and he or any of his allies would have easily destroyed that Broly guy everybody was trembling over with a single strike. Though Gohan is unconvinced, inquiring if he even saw how invincible he was. Still smug, the stranger continues to believe how strong he may have been. It would have all been useless against his ally talking over him, urging he not reveal their weapons, and instead watch Xenolome's fight. Buu asks the Majin if he's ready. Apologizing, Buu admits he was listening to the fascinating conversation going on below, but encourages his foe to attack when ready. After all, the fight has already begun. Easily putting himself back together, it's just as Xenolome thought. This Buu has the same powers as the other. The announcer in shock, he managed to effortlessly cut through one of the arena spikes. In fact, 100% of the energy pierced their shields. If this warrior isn't careful, he could easily kill many of the spectators. Firing a small ball of ki, Buu mocks, "You're such a cute one. What's your little name?" Piccolo lauding this fighter, as that ball of energy was so condensed, it most likely could eliminate even a Super Saiyan 2. Universe 19 is no joke after all. Their technology is really something to be trifled with. Dubbing that last attack Farewell Buu, he actually apologizes to his opponent, not wanting to kill him, but he saw no other solution. Getting a better view, the blast took a sizable chunk out of the arena. But we know Buu all too well to think this is the end. Reforming, Buu grits that armor is pretty cool, so he'll be taking it now, snapping his fingers. The battlesuit doesn't magically fly off as the Majin was expecting. A little embarrassed, Buu admits this is a first. Xenolome realizing his foe tried to use psychic powers to remove his tech, but explains their systems are protected against such tricks. So in that case, looking on, the Z-Fighters worry he's going to be absorbed. But coming out, luckily at least in his shorts, the coveted Ultra Armor is all the Fiend sought. A little dazed, Buu tells the warrior he will study it peacefully. And taking a nap for longer than 30 seconds, the match comes to an end. The 19th group furious, not only did they lose, but the very moment they get access to the Ultra Armor, it gets stolen, knowing they must find some way to get it back. Though his teammate urging he calm himself, only Xenolome's cerebral waves can make it work. This Majin Buu character won't be able to do anything with it. The others only hoping so. If not, the Pink Warrior just got extremely dangerous. Buu himself laughing, "Dangerous? Only now? You're funny." Vegeta chuckling that precious gear of theirs really came in handy. But Piccolo knows, this group is much more powerful than the prince may think. They were merely unlucky to go against Buu so early. Goku knowing not to underestimate their weapons. Unlike Buu, most of them can't regenerate. The boys continuing to do what boys do, mocking, Phooey, these weren't our real war armors! Yes! We're going to put on our Giga Ultra Armor! With them, we destroy Buu in one strike! Leaving at least a couple of Universe 19's fighters a tad aggravated. Though, a real question must be asked. What kind of effects will non-organic material have on Super Buu, if and when he's able to overcome the cerebral barriers?